Hey everybody, Michael Snyder, Pacific Northwest Weather Watch. Today's February 7th, and right now we are looking at the visible satellite imagery with the Doppler radars overlaid. You can see a little bit of light snowfall across some of southern Oregon, some of the Blue Mountains, and some of Idaho and Montana. A little bit of shower activity there on the northeast slopes of the Olympic Mountains. Here you can kind of see that reverse flow out of the northeast there. But for the most part, fairly quiet weather right now. We do have another system dropping down as we go on in through Friday. We'll take a look at that, and then we'll take a look at the extended forecast as always. In the meantime, this storm system mainly impacting California, but like I said, it will impact some of that California-Oregon border, especially down across I-5, maybe an inch or two across the Siskiyou Summit. If we take a look at things here, you can kind of see that 1 to 2 inches there for Siskiyou Summit, maybe down towards Mount Shasta here. And sometimes I forget that the Medford National Weather Service actually does include portions of Northern California here. You can see some higher amounts across the higher terrain, but only 1 to 2 inches for Crater Lake. And there is some winter weather advisories, the Wallowa Mountains there, look at that 2 to 4 inches for total snow accumulations of 3 to 6 inches. That is across northeast Oregon. And this is what's upcoming with the next system here. See, just mainly low snowfall amounts here, 4 to 6 inches. I mean, it's not terrible here. We'll definitely take it here in an El Nino year, but the snowpack is not doing too well. So hopefully this overperforms a bit. You can see lesser amounts across some of the Washington Cascades also. Take a look at the weather models on that here in a moment. This is looking at 24-hour probability of 1 inch of snow or greater. And you can see it's, 50-50 chance here. We're not looking at huge amounts across the Cascades. You can see Winthrop and Omek, Republic, Colville out there. And you see northern Idaho doing a little bit better here. Look out past 94%. So anyway, it still can cause some slick conditions out there. Snow Wednesday through Thursday. This is western Montana. So if you're traveling off to the east here, heads up for that. You can see Missoula, maybe a little bit of snowfall here as well. 3 to 8 inches in the mountains, 1 to 5 southwest Montana, Idaho valleys. And of course, the snow and black ice will be out and about. This is pushing off a little bit further east. You can see this does include Great Falls with the winter storm warning. This goes to snow today through tomorrow. And Helena, for example, has the winter weather advisory. You see some bigger amounts across the higher terrain. Look at that Great Falls checking in at just over 6 inches there. And what are we looking at for Helena? Are they showing it on there? There it is, about 4.4 inches. So anyway, taking a look at the European, this is hot off the presses here. This is a 12Z run. So you can see that system moving down mainly into California, kind of clipping Oregon here. And some of that light snow is still up across Idaho and Montana. Then we scroll on in through the day to tomorrow. And you can see a little bit of light precip. This isn't going to amount to much, though, until we get to probably Friday morning, early Friday morning. See some of that snow flying across the Cascades of Washington, Oregon, moving down. Hopefully that overperforms a little bit here. Then we've got this next system here. It looks like it's going to be targeting British Columbia a little bit more. You see this low pressure system. That's a fairly weak low. I mean, you're talking about a 1006 millibar low. Pretty pathetic here in these El Nino years sometimes. But you can see it is bringing some snowfall, trying to bring it down to the Washington Cascades as we go through the upcoming weekend here. So hopefully that can bring a little bit of snow to British Columbia here. And then we start to look off into the extended. Looks like a system's going to try to be developing out here across Pacific Ocean. Maybe that can bring some mountain snow. It's way off there in the forecast, so we'll be watching that over the next few days. Now here we're looking at accumulated positive snow depth change. So we're going to put this in motion. This is European hot off the presses, by the way. You can see the snow occurring today, and as we go on in through tomorrow morning, adding a little bit of snowfall here. As you can see, maybe across the Oregon Cascades, a couple inches, as I mentioned. And as we go through Friday morning, you see we start to pile it up a little bit here across the Washington, Oregon Cascades again. But, maybe, 2, 3, 4 inches out there. Then the next system starts to work its way out across western BC and down towards Vancouver Island a bit. So it looks like maybe not too bad of a snowmaker there. I mean, it's not like what we can get at this time of year, but definitely beggars can't be choosers. It's just tough sledding in an El Nino year. Tough sledding. You guys get that? Tough sledding. Yeah. I'll be here all week. Anyway, taking a look at 500 millibar heights, if we put this into motion, there's that system into California. The weekend pulse moves down through Friday morning here. A little bit of a ridge building. System moves up through British Columbia here in, maybe some snowfall for them with that one. And then we try to develop this system out over the Pacific Ocean. We'll see how that goes as we look off into next week. We'll break that down day by day and get some better model agreement there. And as we look off into the extended forecast, we start to deal with this issue again about, are these storms in the extended going to be targeting California, or do we have a chance here in the Pacific Northwest? A lot of times El Nino has this more powerful jet stream to the south, the powerful subtropical jet stream, and it burrows into the southwest, bringing them the bulk of the storms. We kind of get the leftovers here and the weaker precipitation amounts and the warmer than normal temperatures. Is that going to be the case again? We'll break that down here over the next few days. Now, taking a look at the European, this is, again, is hot off the presses. So let's put this into motion and look at that. And we talk about that system on Friday morning. Then the system moves in through British Columbia, hopefully bringing some snowfall with it. Then we develop some of these systems out over the Pacific Ocean again. And we'll just watch this over the next few days to try to pinpoint that. But you can see, again, that jet stream is going to be kind of lower latitude out here, kind of El Nino signature there. So something for us to watch over the next few days to see how that is going to play out. Looking at the avalanche danger here, you've got some low, moderate, and considerable for places like Idaho. And you can see some avalanche warnings. Whenever you see these flashing reds, that means there's an avalanche warning in effect. That's near West Yellowstone, but not too bad, actually. Moderate and low here across the Washington Cascades and Oregon Cascades, right at moderate there also, and Montana at low. But yeah, we continue to wait and see what's coming. We need that system to overproduce a little bit here. You know, that northwest system, maybe we'll produce a little bit more, 6+ inches for some area across the higher terrain. But yeah, not doing too good across the snowpack. We'll check that here again tomorrow. I'm probably going to be doing a La Nina video as well, and we'll take a look at some of that. We'll go over some of the detail and some of the data here for our La Nina winners and what it looks like in the most recent model runs, and kind of see what we can expect as we go into the next year, because you know the models are pointing at returning to neutral or La Nina. Some of them even show a moderate La Nina as we go on in through the upcoming fall and winter months here, and that can mean more active weather here and hopefully a better snowpack across the mountains during our next La Nina. But yeah, it would be a strong El Nino, but it looks like it's going to be short-lived. It's going to be rapidly waning here as we go on in through the spring and summer months, as we start our transition back to the cooler than normal water across the equatorial Pacific Ocean. So anyway, hope you guys are liking these videos. We'll continue to trudge ahead here and try to pick out some of these systems impacting us off into the future. It can be a tough go here in these El Nino years. But anyway, hope you guys are liking these videos. We'll do this again tomorrow, and I will talk to you guys then.